Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the PlayVS Spring League of Legends season. This is week 6 of the regular season, featuring Lake Stevens High School versus Cleveland High School. Okay, sorry for the delayed start, you guys. Let's go ahead and jump into it, though. This is Lake Stevens High School versus Cleveland High School. Lake Stevens is on the left. So Lake Stevens is going to be banning first.
Ah, come on. What's the worst that could happen?
First ban for Lake Stevens is a Jinx ban, an unsurprising ban. Because Lake Stevens knows that this team has got one player in particular, that's Valerium, who is ranked pretty highly and plays ADC Jinx in the bottom lane. So that first ban seems to make sense. Cleveland High School is banning Lux as their first ban. Not that surprising of a ban. Game and Printa has played Lux before. Secondary ban for Lake Stevens is Vladimir. I know that the Lake Stevens players have looked at our opponents' matchups before this game, so I'm sure that they're making some educated decisions here. Cleveland bans Caitlyn, the first ADC ban, not an unfamiliar ban for Lake Stevens. Wilson Twint does like to play Caitlyn, but the good news is he has a handful of ADCs at his disposal. That said, we have seen a few opponents in the past who have banned several ADC champs. Okay. Third Lake Stevens ban is on a Lulu. And the third Cleveland ban is an Ahri. I think Lake Stevens is probably fine with these bans. I was going to say Game and Printa plays support. And he does play Lux, but he prefers champions like Pyke, which we immediately grab it there. Then they go for Samira and Gangplank. Interesting, interesting. It's got some pirates. Looks like Lake Stevens might be picking Vi probably for a jungle pick. Yes, they grabbed the jungle pick. Matcha Waffles has played Ahri in the mid lane before. Or maybe it was Donk who played it in the mid lane. Either way, Lake Stevens isn't too attached to Ahri, I don't think. So I think that so far the only ban that's a bit of a bummer for Lake Stevens so far is the Caitlyn ban. But it's not that big of a deal because Wilson Twint, also known as Yankees, who plays in the bottom lane, does have several ADCs he likes, such as Jhin. So we're going to have a Pyke and a Jhin in the bottom lane, probably a Vi in the jungle. So the last couple picks are probably going to be mid and top for Lake Stevens. There's a Braum pick, likely a Braum in that support role in the bottom lane. And now Cleveland gets to throw another ban on the board. Oops, I just realized this isn't right. This is week 6. There. Fixed it. The production value. There is a Shen ban. Lake Stevens has played Shen in the top lane before. But I think Lake Stevens is prepared for these kinds of moves. Lake Stevens has got some flexibility available for them, which is that Matcha Waffles, who's usually in the mid, and OSU Legendary, aka Donk, who's normally in the top, they both feel comfortable in top and or mid. So they have made adjustments throughout the season who's playing what lane depending on what champs are available and which champs are banned. There is the Cassiopeia ban that is targeting Matcha Waffles in the mid lane. Interesting. I want to see what Matcha Waffles goes for here, because Matcha Waffles does like to play Cassiopeia mid lane, and he does like to play Shen top lane. So what champs does he have available after those two bans. We'll just have to wait and find out. The last Lake Stevens ban is on Vex. Looks like Cleveland is hovering over their 4th champ right now. There's Sejuani. No way. Macho Waffles, who's played Ornn in the mid lane before, the first time that he did, it was pretty strong. It was very strong. Alright, Game Imprinted now going to be locking in that top lane champ for Donk, and he grabs Diana. Unless Ornn is going top lane. I guess I wouldn't really know which one they're going to decide to go with here. And the last pick for Cleveland High School is going to be a Zoe. Okay, we are now caught up. I'm going to move over here to this screen. The action has begun. I just realized that this should be here, and this should be here. Sorry about that, you guys. All right, so we do have Donk in the mid lane, and we're going to have Ornn, Macho Waffles playing Ornn in the top lane. I'm going to preemptively turn this game volume up just a tad. Ninjas down there in that bottom golem camp. Game Imprinter using that minion to avoid taking some skill shots there. Gangplank chasing Macho Waffles back to the tower a little bit. Jin doing a good job with the CS right now. Braum sitting there in the bushes. Chasing out, misses the hook, unfortunately. Game Imprinted tries to hook, but accidentally grabs the cannon minion instead. Donk is going in on Kazuni right now. I don't think he has enough. Nope. Uses the flash to get back to the tower, but some good pressure in that mid lane by Donk. Game Imprinted doing a good job of playing support right now. Ninjas does find Jack in the jungle. I don't know if he's going to get this kill. It looks like he might. He's going to get some help. He gets the first blood. He's going to have to escape here, but Zoe's coming into the river as well. He is in trouble. A flash is used. Ninja's going to go down 1-for-1 trade in that top river. I think Lake Stevens got the crab, though. I can't really tell. Uh-oh, that's not good. Donk in trouble. He's burning. He uses a shield. I think he survived. Yes, he did. Macho Waffles has got the health advantage, but I think he's being careful here. Donk decides it's time to go back and buy. Macho has got a good health lead on Bobby right now. Pretty even overall, although Cleveland is up ever so slightly in the gold game. Let's take a look at the creep score. Looks like the top is slightly being overfarmed for Cleveland. Nice job. Good pressure for Lake Stevens in this bottom lane. Slightly more farm for the ADC for Cleveland. Slightly more farm. Ever so slight more farm for all of the Cleveland players right now. Ninjas is able to clear out that ward in that top bush. Sejuani down in that bottom side of their jungle. Not able to support in any way. So Gangplank decides to pull back to the tower. Nice stuns by Zoe there, of course. Not much you can do there. Okay, it looks like Sejuani is pinging. Although there is a ward in the river that will help Lake Stevens. They just have to be careful to not overextend here. Bobby IRL is being chased into the river. He's got a little bit more speed right now. But here comes Donk. They're going to get this kill here. Who's going to get it, though? Oh, he's going to get away into the top lane. Lake Stevens, a big blunder there. How unfortunate. I think they were trying to hand that kill off to a specific player. Good stun by Wilson Twint. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. Wilson Twint is in trouble. He uses his flash. A nice hook by Game and Printa. Sejuani is there. Game and Printa just trying to stay alive. They're hanging under that tower, but there's Sejuani. Game and Printa's trying to stay in the way. If Game and Printa can get a hook here, this would be... Oh, he missed the hook ever so slightly. That's what he needed there. Wilson Twint hiding under this turret. Sejuani looking for the opportunity to dive in. This is scary right here. There's the hook out of the tower. He hits him. A stun under the tower. Wilson Twint's in trouble. He goes down. Game and Print is probably going to die here as well. Yes. That was actually very well played in that bottom lane for Cleveland. They were just against the ropes the whole time there. They're going to get at least a plate here for their efforts. Sejuani gets those bottom camps. Couple little blunders by Lake Stevens. Now, Lake Stevens, we've had a couple of these moments in the past. This is the time where I begin to say what I say to these players frequently. It's time to play smart. Lake Stevens has been known to just make some blunders here and there before. But when Lake Stevens really buckles down is when Lake Stevens excels. There have been some times where Lake Stevens has realized that they are kind of on the edge of losing their momentum, and the corrective measures that they take in order to fix that, they can be very potent. But I think they also need to do a better job about making sure those corrective measures come in sooner rather than later. Ninjas is going to go in here. And they get the kill. Beautiful. Gangplank just out of range with his ult there. A nice gank by Ninjas. Looks like he's moving into the dragon. Lake Stevens does play this objective game very well, but Sejuani is in the vicinity as well as both of their players. Lake Stevens needs to be really careful here. They don't have an uninterrupted dragon like they think that they might. Here comes Sejuani. Wilson Twint a little bit squishy. Sejuani shoved under that tower, though. It's a kill for Game and Printa. Vi might get the dragon uninterrupted because of that, though. It's 1-for-1 in that bottom lane, and if Game and Printa can protect this dragon kill, I think like Stevens can consider that a win for that encounter. 1-for-1 and a dragon. There's the dragon. Beautiful. Game and Printa just playing careful in that tri-bush, trying to give him some additional support if he needs it. Alright, looks like Ninjas sees Braum. Zoe's in the area, though. They're going to get some ward clear here. Dives in. That's not that good. Donk is there to help if needed, though. Are they going to pivot onto one? Nice, some ult pressure. Here comes Sejuani, though. 1-for-1 right now. Can Donk escape? He pulls back. He gets hit by that, though. Here comes Game and Printa. He gets hit by that ult, unfortunately. I think Donk is going to go down. Yes, he does. Although now here's Wilson Twint. He might get a stun here on this Braum. We'll have to wait and see. Nope. They decide to let him chase back to the turret. All right. Samira getting some uninterrupted farm on that bottom lane, unfortunately. And Lake Stevens pivots back to that bottom lane. An ADC battle in the bottom here. Cleveland doing some ward sweeping. Wilson Twint does grab the stun. I don't think it's going to be enough. Unless Vi can close the gap here, which I don't think he can. Here comes the hook. Oh, he almost got it. He did not, though. Instead, we're just going to have some long-range sniping. 1, 2. Nope. Missed them. That is okay. Like, Stevens needs to be careful right now. Sejuani is 4, 2, and 1. Most of the matchups that Lake Stevens is playing right now, they're doing just fine in. There's Sejuani. Looking for an easy pick. Fortunately, Ninjas is in the area. Clearing out a Dragon Ward. Lake Stevens has to be careful. It's 3v3 here, and they're down in health. Yep, they both dive over that. Ninjas decides to pull back. Smart call. Zoe is going to intercept, though. He dodges that. They might get a pick here. The jungle and Braum are out of position. Yes, they do get the pick, and now they just need to get to that turret carefully. Yep, they know they're coming. Then just flashes over. Oh, a failed flash by Cleveland. Lake Stevens coming out on top of that encounter. Only down 1 kill, down 2k gold, but they have a dragon in their pocket. It looks like the creep score difference in the top lane has shrunk a little bit. The jungle creep score remains in the favor of Cleveland. The mid creep score has evened out a little bit. But the ADC creep score right now is kind of getting away from Lake Stevens, unfortunately. They're going to have to be careful not to let Samira have so much uninterrupted time in that bottom lane. Donk has been spotted by that ward. Like Stevens already doing a better job about slowing the descent from earlier. They just need to continue to make these smart plays. Sweep for wards, play for objectives, get picks where they can. Not get out of position, not go for engages that they shouldn't. Probably like this one. So much burst damage from Samira. Uses his flash to get to the turret. He's going to dive in under the turret. Going to take a couple turret shots himself. And he might go down because of this. Donk is in the area to help out. There it is. Donk gets a shutdown on the ADC. Zoe's going to get a plate in the mid for her efforts. But a 1-for-1 in the bottom lane. The ADC difference is something I'm a little bit worried about at this point. The second dragon is up, and Cleveland is positioning themselves to take it. In fact, they've actually started the dragon right now. I don't think Lake Stevens knows. They might just try to take this Braum pick instead. Sejuani halfway through this dragon right now. Cleveland is trying to prevent that dragon from getting picked. Donk is going to go in on the support. A nice snag by Wilson Twint. Hex gates are now up. 1 dragon apiece at 7 and 7, and the gold difference is pretty close between these. This is a really close game. Donk at this point doing a really good job of dodging around those skill shots from Zoe in the mid lane, from Kozuni. Have to be careful here. Wilson Twint's the squishy one. When he gets hit, that's when it's trouble. Gets the hook. It's not going to be enough. They dive back. And Ninjas wants this Rift Herald, but Sejuani is going to try to challenge this. He's getting hit by the Rift Herald. Red team gets the Rift Herald. That is not good at all. Braum is in the area. He's here to help. Can they get the kill? Ninjas pulls back. He is killed by Sejuani. And here comes Bobby IRL. Gangplank going to chase them up into that top lane. Donk is coming. He's going to try to help. I don't know if it's going to be enough. He's coming up from behind right now. Going to catch some damage on Sejuani, but he is a little bit weak. He gets 1 kill. Looks like he is killed for it. Matcha Waffles might be able to get Gangplank here. Yes, he does. 2 for 2. It still stays neck and neck right now. Like, Stevens needs to play really careful around this Samira. She is 2 levels higher than our ADC right now, and she is doing so much burst damage when she wants to. Doing some ward sweeping over here. Blue team destroyed that top turret. That's the first turret to fall. Lake Stevens, a small advantage when it comes to that. They're clearing out this crab in the bottom river. 3 Lake Stevens players. They know there's a couple people here. I don't know if they're going to be able to get any picks. It'd be big if they could. Donk goes in. Almost. Come on. Come on. Come on. Nice try. Just out of range. All right, Cleveland is now bunched up on this bottom lane right now. Looks like we might have a team fight on our hands. Lake Stevens needs to play careful here. Sejuani goes diving in, pulls back. That looked like it was going to be initiate for a second. Lake Stevens decides to play it safe. You guys want to group on the mid turret? That's fine. We're going to get some jungle creeps. We're going to move back down into our lane. We're going to get some ward pressure. Looks like they grabbed the crab, although Game Imprint is in a little bit of trouble right now. Looks like Cleveland is pivoting down here into this bottom jungle. But I think a smart play by Lake Stevens. Right now, neither team really has a footing on the other. There's only, it looks like, 600 gold between them, or even in kills. Lake Stevens has done a good job of stabilizing after a bit of a slow start. Matcha Waffles is able to get out of the way of that Gangplank ult. He doesn't have any turrets to help him here, unfortunately. He's a little bit too far in. He does get to the bush. He connects onto Bobby IRL. He's doing so much slashing damage right now. Connects with that last one. It's not going to be enough. Looks like the Rift Herald is summoned in this bottom lane right here. Lake Stevens not able to do anything about it. Donk is in trouble. He gets poked. Lake Stevens has to recover quickly here. That's not going to be enough. Donk is going to go down. Dived on by all 3, but Ninjas is in the area, and here comes Kozuni. We're going to have a team fight in the bottom lane. Lake Stevens dives under this turret. It's the only thing that they have right now. Tries to hook. Game Imprinted does connect with the hook, but it's not going to be enough. Big splash, or big burst damage by Zoe. They're probably going to grab this turret. Yes, Braum protecting them. They run back to the next turret. We're even in the turret game, and Cleveland takes the lead and kills. Sejuani pulled into the bush. A nice stun by Wilson Twint. 4 Cleveland players in this bottom lane. It's 3-4. Lake Stevens just needs to hang on here. All right, looks like they are pulling back. They got their turret. They got their kill. Curious if Lake Stevens can grab any stragglers. Yeah, they are positioning for this second dragon now. This is going to be, I think, a big difference maker here for Lake Stevens. I'm hoping that right now Lake Stevens is thinking smart. Lake Stevens has had some botched dragon connects in the past. Game Imprinted does dive in. Wilson Twit doing some nice damage from the side here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice damage. Matcha Waffles is here. Game Imprinted goes down. A bunch of weak Cleveland players. It's not going to be enough. Lake Stevens almost wiped out there. Wilson Twint, the only one out of the vicinity. And they're going to lose the dragon as well. A lot of tankiness for Cleveland. Lake Stevens now is going to be in stabilization mode. We are 4 seconds from Baron Nashor spawning. Baron Nashor is now up. Lake Stevens now down a couple turrets, down a couple dragons, down 4 kills, down 4 or 5k gold. Now it's damage control time. This game is by no means out of their grasp. We know we can play against them very strongly. They have so far. But just like last time, it's those simple engages that can make the difference. Deciding when to go in, which abilities to use when. Also composition. Lots of tankiness for the Cleveland side. Even their jungle is pretty tanky right now. Braum is in the area. He's all alone. Samira is up here, I guess. We got 2 in that lane. Lake Stevens is going to probably take down this bottom turret, especially with Donk here to help now. Although Cleveland is responding. 3 players en route right now. Donk knows that they're coming. They dive in. Good initiation. They dive right into the tank, though, unfortunately. Kozuni is almost going down here. Wilson Twint probably going to go down. OSU barely staying out of the way there. Hiding in this bush. Wilson Twint doesn't get the stun there, unfortunately. Donk goes down. Wilson Twint probably also going to go down here. Like, Stevens just doesn't have what they need to dive through those tanky champs right now, unfortunately. Gets the stun. Almost gets the turret. 1 turret shot on him. It's not enough. Cleveland now up 7 kills, 5k gold, but Donk is no pushover. He's able to put in his fair amount of damage right now. I'm sorry, that was Ninjas, not Donk. Ninja's going toe-to-toe with Braum right now. Game and Printa is here to help. They're diving in on here. Game and Printa's in trouble. Now Ninjas is in trouble. He gets the kill on the auto attack, but he's probably going to die to Zoe here. Yes. Unfortunate. Good play by Braum. Good play by Braum. S dead under that tower. And now Macho Waffles in that top lane has to be really careful. He does not have anybody to help him out. He's pushed really far forward with a champion, Sejuani, who does a really good job of slowing you down and not letting you escape. I think Lake Stevens smells a kill here, but you can see Cleveland reacting immediately, driving into this mid lane here. Cleveland is doing a really good job of having responsive players right now. Not allowing anyone to be caught out in the open. You can see all 5 of them are in this cluster on the bottom side right now. They're positioning for the Drake, it looks like, at least trying to clear out the wards, not let Lake Stevens get any vision in that area. Looks like 2 Lake Stevens players are currently driving up this top lane right now. There's a teleport. Yeah, teleport onto the turret. Macho Waffles is going to have to pull back and be careful here. Stays just out of turret range, but this is not a good place for Macho Waffles to be. His ult does not connect. And Zoe is on the way. He has to be very careful here. Donk doing a lot of damage right now, though. Keeping them at bay. Meanwhile, this dragon is up. They have engaged. Red team gets the dragon again. Ninjas is in trouble. Donk out in front, gets a stun. 4 players there for Cleveland. Couple skill shots being missed. Donk uses his hourglass to stay alive. Just barely. That's 2 dead for Lake Stevens. They're going to retreat back to that tower. There is a kill, though. Gangplank is down. Game and Print is in trouble, dodging those skill shots as best as he can. Finally, Game Imprint has killed Wilson Twint, being chased back here to the tower. And the only Lake Stevens player alive right now is Ornn. 4 Cleveland players probably looking at that juicy Baron Nashor right now. Lake Stevens, this game is getting away from them a little bit right now. It's those dragon fights. Lake Stevens, you'd think with Cleveland being the one to dive in on those dragons, that Lake Stevens would be able to do a little bit more damage in those, but they are the ones who keep getting focused down. I think right now the problem is that Jhin is a little bit under leveled right now compared to Samira. So Lake Stevens is doing okay when it comes to positioning, some stunning here and there, the timing, but they just aren't able to pump out the damage that they need to. Lake Stevens is suspicious of that Baron Nashor, but they are not there. They know that now. They see Braum out in the open. But Cleveland players are not out in the open for very long. Sejuani moving in, doing some ward clearing around the Baron. They want to know if they can go to the Baron, they will not be disturbed. Ornn is in the area, though. He has that bush up in the top river warded. Both teams ward clearing right now. Lake Stevens might be in trouble here. Although they do have a turret to fall back on. Sejuani's just going to keep him so slow for so long. But they've got 4 Cleveland players here now. He uses his flash to get away. A nice ult. Nice double connection from that ult. All 5 Cleveland players are here in this top lane. They want this Baron Nashor. I think right now, Lake Stevens is worried about this Baron connection. They don't want to have another objective be a deciding factor in a game like this. This won't be the first or second time this has happened, so they're being very careful right now. Keeping the pressure on all the lanes, keeping the wards cleared. Took out a turret right there. And all this time, Cleveland isn't able... Oh my god, that was a huge connection from Kazuni. Wilson Twint, caught out in the open, dashes back. That's not going to be enough. He's asleep. Double kill. Cleveland, I think, right now smells the Baron. They know it. They've got 2 down. They're full. They've got 2 down. There it is. There goes the Baron engage. Alright, for those who are unfamiliar with League of Legends, here's what you need to know. That big snaky thing that they just killed is called Baron Nashor. Baron Nashor is a big scary monster that only pops up 20 minutes into the game. And if you kill Baron Nashor, you get a little buff, a fancy bonus to your champion. You can see it. It's the little purple tendrils that are kind of rolling around their feet right now. Makes you hit harder, makes you harder to kill. Cleveland positioning for their 4th dragon now. Donk kind of just chilling over there. I wonder if Cleveland knows that he's there. He dives in. They get the dragon. Donk with some crazy splash damage. This is big. This is big for Lake Stevens. Samira goes down. Game Imprinted goes down. Sejuani just does so much damage. Wilson Twint in trouble. You couldn't have asked for a better engage for Lake Stevens, and it's still not enough. There's just so much damage and so much health for Cleveland at this point. 13 kills up, 7k gold up, plus they had that Baron buff. They are pushing down this mid lane right now. They got that inner turret. Moving for the inhibitor turret. Matcha Waffles holding down the fort here. A couple Cleveland players out in the open here. If Lake Stevens can grab a pick, this would be pretty big right now. Oh, almost gets the hook on Kazuni. Braum sneaking up behind, doing some ward clear. Sejuani's going back now. Ninja's rolling back under this turret, wanting some space from that gangplank, knowing he's probably not alone. Sejuani is in the area. Here he comes. Big connect. He gets it. And he gets the turret. Matcha Waffles all alone in that jungle there. Donk is in the area, but he's going to be caught in the middle by two people probably. Pulled into that. Uses his hourglass. Gets the kill on Gangplank because of some helpful turrets. Game Imprinta takes the hit for Matcha Waffles. I don't think it's going to be enough. He's hiding under this tower now. Nice big ult coming in. Nice connections. He gets stunned. They are just tanking these turret hits right now. Kazuni doesn't get the kill. Oh, but Ninjas gets that kill instead. Wilson Twint trying to land some stuns here. Nice job. Lake Stevens finds themselves with a double kill under this turret. Smart play for Lake Stevens. 3 dead. Matcha Waffles there just refusing to die. With a beautiful ult right down the lane, too, hitting, I think, 3 of them at least. Oh my gosh, Samira does so much damage now. I've been saying that this whole game. All right. Oh, sorry about that. Looks like red team, Cleveland, does grab their second Baron. This is not good for Lake Stevens. They are barreling down this lane now. Donk goes in. If they can get 2 kills, that'd be big. 1, 2. Okay, but Cleveland looking for the opportunity to shove it down that mid lane. They're going to push right up to that inhibitor turret. They're panic pinging. They're going to tank through this turret. They're going to take the inhibitor, but Lake Stevens might be able to collapse on them before they do too much damage. Lake Stevens frantically diving back here. They were able to take out 3 players. They dive in. OSU Legendary almost goes down immediately. They're able to get out with a kill. No kills for Lake Stevens. So much tankiness right now from Sejuani. Game Imprinted does grab the hook. I don't think it's going to be enough. He's level 18 now. He's got lots of health to his name. They grabbed that inhibitor. Dragon is up. Looks like they're going for this 5th dragon right now. Lake Stevens is in the area. Not really anything they can do about it, though. Red team gets the dragon again. Ninjas tried to go in. He's doing his best. Lake Stevens now battening down the hatches in their base. They've got 4 up. Ninjas is going to respawn in 30 seconds. They're down an inhibitor. They've got the Baron buff. Sejuani gets stunned, but he is super tanky right now. There's the ult. The ult kills almost immediately under the turret. Matcha Waffles tries to connect with his ult. He does not. Ested is taking a bunch of turret shots right now. So is Valerium. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. Turret's doing a bunch of damage, but the turret's not going to be alive for much longer. Yep. That is an ace. Lake Stevens is out for game number 1. Alright, you guys. I am going to let this next game play, but I am not going to provide commentary because it has gone a lot later than we thought that it would. So I'm just going to let it roll. Okay, here we go. Picks and bans. This time, Cleveland is on the red team, so they're going to have their first ban.
Playtime's over.
First ban remains on an Ari. Would not be surprised to see Lake Stevens consider banning a Sejuani here, but we will have to see. Or a Samira. They definitely had 2 strong players, ADC and jungle.
Ah, come on.
Keeping the Jinx ADC ban, which I think is smart.
But all my lifetimes would have brightened
Keeping the Lux ban. Again, Lake Stevens, I think, not too bummed about that ban altogether. Would not be surprised to see interesting. A Pike ban for Lake Stevens this time. Probably expecting that they like to have a Pike player and preparing to not play Pike themselves. Unless that was an accident.
I'll come back stronger.
Gangplank ban. Cleveland's going to have their first pick now. And without a Gangplank, looks like they're going to grab Shen. I think a smart play for them. Now let's see who Lake Stevens picks. They get 2 picks in a row. A Singed pick Probably going to have Donk rolling in the top lane with that one then. And Lake Stevens' second pick. A Kane. Interesting pick. Lake Stevens, I think, probably thinking comp a lot right now. Hoping to see a little bit more tankiness. Singed is a good start for that. Second pick for Cleveland High School. Looks like an Amumu, probably an Amumu jungle. Third pick for Cleveland, and then the third pick for Lake Stevens following that. And without the Vladimir ban, looks like they're going to be grabbing Vladimir this time around. Yep. Lake Stevens would not... Maybe a Cassidon in the mid lane? Perhaps? There it is. Cassidon is the third pick for Lake Stevens. Surprised to see that. I know that our mid hasn't played Cassidon in a while. Lake Stevens now looking at their fourth ban. No ban. Maybe they didn't communicate fast enough. Not sure. Interesting. Interesting. Now Cleveland has to ban. But they're not banning anyone either. Am I missing something? Was it just a bro no ban, an accidental no ban followed by a bro no ban? Maybe they don't want champs banned. I don't know. Genuinely don't know. Let me make sure I'm not missing any chat. Nope, I'm not missing anything there. Lake Stevens does ban Samira though. And they let their second ban go unpicked. Nope, they go for Vayne. Alright, Lake Stevens is going to get their fourth pick. That's surprising. I wonder why that happened. I wonder if they did that on purpose. Misfortune ADC pick in the bottom lane for Wilson Twint. And with that, it looks like they're trying to pick their ADC, hovering Ashe, Jhin, Aurelia, I think. I think that's who that is. Kaisa. Fifth pick for Cleveland. And then the final pick of the game. Nautilus pick. Ooh, that smarts. That smarts. Game Imprinta does like to play Nautilus support in that bottom lane, and that's the only champ Lake Stevens hasn't picked yet. Nice and tanky down there. Although I do like what I'm seeing here. Perfect. All right, the game went off without any issues that time. So, like I said, I am going to let the camera roll and do its thing. I'm going to mute my microphone. I'm going to turn the game volume up ever so slightly and let her rip.
Of course, for luck smiles on the foolish.
Hope you guys enjoy.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
double kill. A summoner has disconnected.
Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Good games, well played to Cleveland High School. If you are interested in more Lake Stevens High School Video Game Club esports action, here is what you should do. Follow the Twitch channel. Bing-a-ling! You should follow the Twitter channel. And you should follow the Instagram channel. And you should check out our YouTube channel. Twitter and Instagram is at esports_LSHS. And our YouTube channel is Lake Stevens Video Game Club. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope that you guys all have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you guys next time.